Welcome everybody, this is Captain Grant, and this is another Let's Play. This game is Space Empires 4, and it is a fantastic 4X strategy game for the computer. It's one of the best turn-based strategy games, I think, of our time. It does well to rival Master of Orion's 2, and some of the more modern titles. There are no complete and well put together Let's Plays of this game on YouTube at the moment. I started my old channel when I first dipped my toes into the Let's Play pool with this game, and it got some popularity, but as I explained in a previous video, I scrapped the other channel and tried to start over with something a little new, a little different. But I'm going to go back to Space Empires 4 because I realized there are no Let's Plays on Space Empires 4 on YouTube that are of any good quality, and not that my game might be of any good quality either, but I do want to give it a shot because I really do think that this game is a unsung classic. It's not very well known, its graphics are a little rough, the gameplay can get a little tedious towards the end game, but I still think it is fantastic. So without further ado, we're going to go and set ourselves up a new game. So we're going to add a new race, and we can, everything's customized, but the races don't, since it's all custom, they don't come with like preset things. This is just basically what our people are going to look like. It's not like the humans have a preset list of things that they are predisposed to, like in some games. We set all of that ourselves. So let's go in and pick someone. I like these guys, the little gray-headed dome aliens. So this is going to be the Empire of Cap. We already have Empire 1000, so it's going to be Captain Grant. These are going to be the Empire of. We're going to be the Captain, and I'm Grant. And there we go. And that looks good to me, and that will be what we look like. And then we go into our environment, and then this is the types of planets we can colonize right off the bat. We can be people who don't breathe any atmosphere, methane, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide. Again, all this does is determine what planet types we can colonize without having domes. And domes, like if we're a methane race, for example, we could colonize an oxygen world, but our people have to live under like habitable domes, which really severely limits the amount of stuff we can do on the planet. So I think we are going to be hydrogen breathers. That sounds fun, right? That's what the little domes for, breathing hydrogen. And we'll start out on rock, because why not? Culture, I don't think this does much. I think this is just more of like a role-playing thing, because as far as I know, this doesn't add, it's not very, I'll compare cultural modifier. Oh, never mind then. Just kidding. Okay. So these are all the bonuses we get from certain things. If we were going to do anything, shipyard would be good. Production would also be good. What gives us production? Workers. Just workers gives us production. No negatives. Is that, wow. Well, if that's the case, we'll definitely be going workers. No negatives. But +5 to production. Where are the workers? Workers. There we go. And then we have racial points to give us characteristics, and these 2,000 points also go into advanced traits. One advanced trait that's good is natural merchants. Systems do not require spaceports to get resources of the Empire. That's a pretty good one, because in a off chance you get like a small system with a planet with very few slots for things, it's good to not have to waste one of those on a spaceport. Let's see. I always do this one first and then go into the modifiers, because these take up points like gradually, but this takes it right off the top. So supply use of battle vehicles reduced by 25%. That's pretty good too, honestly, because supplies become very limiting in the early game. Later in the game it's not as limiting, but early in the game, that would be big. I think, though, additional movement point. Can store 100% normal capacity. That's pretty good, too. Let's go with, hardy industrialist. We're going to go with the production shtick. Excuse me. Space shards produce 125% of their normal rate. That's pretty good. And we're going to come in here. All of these things are modifiers for things in the game. So like reproduction is pretty good. Let's get a little boost of that. As you can see over here, this you can see what these things boost over here: intelligence, tolerance, reproduction. I want a big boost to research. The tech tree in this game is insane. It's one of the best tech trees out of any game that I've ever played. So we do want a boost to research for sure. Let's see. Do we have enough to get 5 across the board for mining, farming, and refining? That'd be great. And then pour it into space shard rate. And that looks good to me. We have an extra 10% boost to the space shard rate on top of the 25% boost we get from here. And then the 5% we get from worker. We're going to be a very productive people. We'll go ahead and create, and there we are. And we've created an empire, so we're the Captain Grant Empire. And then we can go in here, and next we're going to be creating our map that we're going to be playing on. I forgot how many of them there are. Jeez. Okay. Let's see. I kind of like grid. Dense grid. Let's see what that looks like. Large. Generate. Oh, no, I didn't realize it meant like a literal grid. Let's see. Dense spiral arm. I like how it gives you a preview of the map. That's not so bad. What's this one? And you can keep regenerating. Ooh, that looks confusing. Until you get one that you like, which is pretty cool. I shouldn't really play around with this too much. It's just gonna take forever. Standard spiral arm. That looks confusing as well. Galactic edge. Ooh, I like that. That looks good. That's good. Alright, so that's gonna be our map. Alright, events, we like medium frequency, no, low frequency events, catastrophic is what we like. So events could go from, like your star could literally explode and destroy everything in your system at a catastrophic event, which is kind of interesting. All the text will be on, medium tech costs, all of this stuff looks good. Players, there we are, victory conditions. I don't really play with victory conditions, I kind of just play until I reach some kind of goal. The game gets weighed down, and I just like to go with it, kind of like a sandbox type game. That looks good. Alright, so it's been a little bit of a confusing setup, I understand. There's a lot of options. The game is about infinitely customizable. If you haven't been able to see that already, you can do so much with the start, just the start, and much less with all the tech in game. Like this is how many tech like options you have, like, and they branch off into other things and give you different things. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, so this is us. We're gonna be the Captain Grant Empire in this quadrant, and we're going to begin the game. Alrighty, and here we are. This is our starting system. I'm gonna just for the intro video, just go over our starting system and some of the screens, and we're going to just see what we got going on here. So this is our planet here. Colden 5 is our homeworld. As we can see, we've got about 2 billion people. That's as much as we can get. We're happy. This is our resource production, and we've got good values. Our conditions are unpleasant. That's not so bad. We've got our facilities all done. This is our fully good to go planet, and then this is our system. It's a binary star system. Solar flares interferes with scanning devices, allow space vehicles to remain hidden when in close proximity to the star. That's interesting. A lot of these things give different different events. This storm is opaque to many scanners, and then this one has nothing. So we have an old star, but it doesn't look like one that's going to be a problem for collapsing or anything. This one's good to go too. This little green asterisk here. Oh wait. Oh, it's a trinary trifecta. I've never even really seen a star system with 3 stars. That's interesting. Yeah, so we got 3 stars. That would wreak havoc with gravitational things if this was real space. Anyways, so this green asterisk here means that this planet is our atmosphere condition. So this will be an okay planet. Its farming and refining values are terrible, but the atmosphere is colonizable right off the bat, which is good. This red asterisk means that we can colonize it because it is a rock type, but the atmosphere is wrong, so we're going to have to live under domes, which is no bueno. This is oxygen and carbon dioxide, okay. And then we got one over here too. It's extra huge, which is good. It's got great values, but it's carbon dioxide atmosphere, so we'll be taking a look at that one as well. One of the keys of the early game of this is to, here's hydrogen. We can colonize this one. It's tiny. Planet known to wobble in its orbit through the system. Well, I don't blame it for wobbling. We have 3 stars in this system, which is pretty crazy. One of the keys of this game is you just colonize everything. Everything. It doesn't matter how shitty it is. Colonization is the key to the game. So, so this is the main screen, and then we'll just go through the stuff, so I don't have to go through it later when we're playing. Up here is, this is the game date. I think every turn is a month. Every turn is a month. So that's what this point is the month. This is our values. If we go into our, where's our empire screen? Empire status, we can see that we are running a surplus and everything. Metal, or this is, it's technically called crystal, farming and refining, or radioactives. I call it metal, food, and I guess radioactives. I don't really, I guess they're just referred to radioactives. So the metal and food and radioactives, like uranium and such. So we definitely need to get more uranium and food, because as we create ships and such, it's going to start drawing on these resources. Yeah, so we're running a surplus, and that's all up here. This is our Empire storage. This is the ship design screen, which we'll go into next episode, because it is pretty weighty. As you can see, it's pretty complicated. So we're going to save that for next episode. This is our planet screen, which shows up all the planets that we see in our system. And this is just our 1-star system out of the entire map here, which you can also see in the bottom right. Once we start exploring, we'll be able to see every planet we've discovered, and this, as you can imagine, this list gets pretty lengthy pretty quickly, and you can sort it by, this is handy, so if like you're going through systems, it'll tell you which you can colonize and breathe, which you can colonize, not breathe, or which that's empty. Asteroids, ships and stuff, it's pretty handy. Our colonies, we only have 1, Colden 5. That's where we started. That's also a helpful screen to find all of your colonies, because trust me, you seed the galaxy like crazy. Ships and units, pretty self-explanatory. Construction queues, also pretty useful to know who's building what and where, because as I said, this game gets pretty tedious. In the mid-game, you have a lot of stuff going on at once. So these screens all help with that. This is the research screen. Also, we'll go into this more next time. You start off with a decent chunk of research points, so picking your first research is pretty important. This is the tech tree, and all of these things unlock other things, as well as, you know, new components and stuff. You can see what they unlock and things. It's pretty extensive. It's probably the most extensive tech tree I've ever encountered in a game. Master of Orion 2 comes pretty close, but this is probably the best. Other empires that we know. The AI in this game is pretty finicky and very unpredictable. It's not a great diplomacy AI, but this is the diplomacy screen. The log, which is your turn log, this will fill up with things as we enter turn. Empire status, as I showed you earlier. Help, which I don't use, and then the end turn button. And then all this stuff is for orders and things, and we'll go over those as they become more viable. But yeah, so this is our home system. we've set up the game. Hopefully, I did a quick overview so you guys know what I'm doing when I do it later. But yeah, this is where we are in the galaxy. And I think this is where I'm going to sign off for now. I've been Captain Grant, and this is the Starship Space Empires 4, and I hope you enjoy the journey. We'll be back next episode with shipbuilding and our first turns and such. Thank you for watching.